Hello students, welcome to the next video in model 2. This is the second video in fifth model. In this video we are going to discuss about the introduction of event classes and what are the sources of events which are involved in event handling in Java programming. Let us go to the topic, event classes. The classes that represents the events of Java core event handling mechanisms are majorly divided into AWT classes and swing classes. So the major widely used event classes are probably from my AWT abstract window toolkit packages and swing packages. What is the root of this event class hierarchy means event object. Event object is the root directory and root package which is available in util packages that will deals about all the event handling mechanisms in Java. How this event object is going to be created means by using the constructor called as event object of SRC. SRC is nothing but object of the class event object, and it contains two main methods. What are those means? One is get source method, another one is toString method. So get source method will only return the source of the event. What is the general form of that method means? It will return the source of the event in the format of object, and it does not have any inside parameters to invoke. The name of the method is getSource, and toString only returns the string which is equivalent to the event. So what is the hierarchy which is defined in Java means this is the diagram which shows the entire hierarchy from which one is the top level to which one to the bottom level. So which one is the top level object means java.util.event.object, and it is from that object hierarchy AWT event is another one class. Then from AWT event only the remaining events like item event, adjustment event, component event, action event, text event all are defined. From if remaining events are like focus event, container event, input event, paint event, and window event, key event, and mouse event. Maximum in beginning level we will be able to see the key event, mouse event, and window event. Let us see each events in detail. Another one diagram shows the same relation between the objects. It is extracted from the object packages, from object to util packages, from utility AWT.event package. From here to all event classes are derived: action event, adjustment event, item event, component event, container, focus, paint, window, input. In the input event is again divided into mouse event and key event. What are the major types of event handling is performed in Java means there are two types. One is foreground events, another one is background events. Foreground events which requires the direct interaction of the users. So it requires it mainly it is in the depend on the direct interaction of the users, and they are generated as a consequences of persons interacting with the graphical components in graphical user interface environment, that is GUI environment. Say for example, the best example for foreground event is clicking the button and moving the mouse and entering a character through a keyboard and selecting an item from the list, that is nothing but list event, and scrolling the page. So these are all the some of the examples of foreground events. And background events is like it is an interaction with the end users with the background events, like background in the sense interruption, hardware part, and some timer expires, and some of the operations are not not completed, and some of the background events applications. So these are all involved in the background events. So here is the one more table which shows some of the examples of events along with its source and its listener. And in the last video itself we have discussed about the relations between the event, source and listeners. So events are nothing but it is an object which shows the state, and source are nothing but it is an object which generates the event, and listeners is again an object which is listened to the corresponding event which is generated by the source. Likewise, there are some relationship is defined, already defined, which we have been discussed in the last video. Then the remaining are the examples of events. Like when we take event, action events, sources are like button, list, menu item, text field, and it has the follow up with the action listener. Component events are like mapped with the component listener, and similarly item events are like checkbox event, choices and list box. Keyboard event is mainly focused on keyboard, and it is tied up with the key listener. Text event is having the component of text component with the text listener, and window event is another one event which is having the sources from window and which is mapped with the window listener. Then let us see one by one events in each detail. Input event is mainly carry with three pieces of information. One is event type, another one is location of the mouse or pen, and third one is modifiers of the buttons. So what are the modifiers are available in the buttons? If you take input event, if say for example buttons are made, what button is correctly pressed, and whether the button is in the control type or shift or alt or command or alphabetical type, these and all will be notified by the corresponding input listeners. And then key event is mainly focusing on keyboard, and this component appears deliver the separate key events when the user presses or releases. So what type of actions and what type of listeners are identified means key action release, key press, key release. The next is mouse event. Mouse event, as we know that it delivers the mouse event whenever a user is pressing or releasing a button. Some of the examples of mouse listeners are like when the mouse is dragged and when the mouse is moved. An action event is, as I already told, action event, it is very much important one. It is only mainly encapsulating with the component. So action events are like examples are it is related to button, list menus, menu items and presses and return key, and text field and action events. Then item whenever we are performing with some of the checkboxes and choices, list items and checkbox menus, what item is exactly selected, or if it is selected it will be notified by the selected listener, or if it is not selected it will be notified with the deselected listeners. So likewise there are some n number of events which are implemented in Java languages. I hope so this video is understandable for you. I will catch you in the next video about next topic. Thank you.